Good morning, everybody. It has been a very long time since I have shot one of these videos. I've decided to do it on a new concept in terms of these Arsenal videos. I thought, like, rather than doing like a match reports, considering since that, this time of the season there's games aplenty, like 2-3 times a week, and trying to keep up with even just one, I think, is a bit of a struggle. So my new plan is that I'm going to, rather than do match reports, just document on everything Arsenal currently at the moment and give my view of it. And well, right now, if you're an Arsenal fan, it's not easy like about the moment. Civil War version 2 is here. At the moment. The fans are divided. If it's not Emery, it's Xhaka. If it's not Xhaka, it's Ozil. My goodness, where do we begin, like, with all this? Excuse lot for the language, but the shit really did hit the fan. Sunday evening against Palace. Wow, it's just insane. We really have not reached a watershed. A lot of people are sort of saying that it's just as bad, if not worse, than in the final days of the final season of Wenger, and I have to agree. And it's a shame how quickly these dark times have crept back up in terms of, vying for the manager's head and that. I'll tell you what, the best thing to do is I am going to document a case for all three, and then, this is the wonderful thing about football and the wonderful thing about opinion, is that I'll have my opinion and someone that can chime in, comment, and have their own opinion, and that's what I'm hoping for. So let's start straight at the top. Unai Emery, the manager. Now, when we appointed Emery, I was very excited. I knew of his previous clubs, and his previous record. Make no mistake, he was far from the most like exciting person that we could have got. Like the Carlo Ancelottis, like the Max Allegri's. Definitely a lot better than getting in with Michael Arteta. I can tell you that much. From his appointment to this day, I am still a huge admirer of Emery, and I know that I'm in the minority now. A month or so ago, I'll probably be in the majority, but now I'm in the minority of people who are still supporting for Emery. I'll make my judgment at the end of the season. At the moment, we're going through a rut, but what if we turn it around? What if we do get the top four? What then? We should have got top four last season. I completely agree. We missed out by top four by one single point. We had the capitulation towards the end of the season. Despite getting to the Europa League final, where we completely once again capitulated against Chelsea. This season we started well, and then sort of problems crept in. Things were bad prior to the Sheffield United game, but the Sheffield United game has seemed to have tipped people completely over the edge. Some people want him gone at the end of the season. Some people want him gone now. And I think, well, if we get rid of him now, who's going to come in? Yeah, okay, Allegri's free, Mourinho's free, but sort of, with even them performing miracles at this moment, I think is a bit beyond them. So I don't think now is the time for a change. If we don't make the top four, I'll hold my hands up and say, yeah, Emery, you tried, but no more. So please bear with. I'm going to make my judgment at the end of the season. So for me now, I'm in the minority, but I still say Emery in. Things can change. Things might change. Things will change. Right. Ozil or Xhaka straight away. Mesut Ozil. Okay. Now, this is one that has divided a lot of opinion, even more so like than Emery. Basically, like for those like who needs like to be brought up for speed, for Mesut Ozil's contract was coming like to an end at Arsenal. There was speculation of him leaving. He signed a new contract, a mega bucks, 30,000 a week. And since then, we've only seen him a handful of times. And a lot of people like, will sort of say, oh, well, like, he's not being picked, is he? But no, he's not being picked. But when he has been picked and available, he's cried off ill. Now, and with that statement, it just goes to show how some fans have such short memories. You know, I can count on my 10 fingers the amount of good games Ozil has had in his 6 years at Arsenal. And I would actually round it up to like 10. In 6 games, like in 6 years at Arsenal, I think he's had about 10 good games. The rest, average performances. No, see, like, now this is the thing. Like, people sort of say, yeah, bring him back in. Look, we've got a lot to play him. You know, like, he's got to transform the club. He's got to be our saviour to take us all to the top 4 and beyond. No, he's not. He should be, especially with the amount of money we pay him. He should be the saviour, the man. He should be him. But he's not. You see, this is the problem like Ozil. He is very inconsistent. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, like, there was a video like that I did last year, not with support of Ozil, and saying like that we should lay off him. I'm going to be real to you. My stance still is what it was then. You know, I defended him, but he has not shown us Arsenal fans the defence in the thing. It's clearly obvious that Emery does not rate him. It's clearly obvious like that Emery will not have passengers in his squad, and nor should he. You know, the problem like with Ozil is that there are some games where he is absolutely world class, unbelievable. You think, what's the problem? But so many games he has gone missing. You know, he'll no doubt play tonight against Liverpool, and I hope he puts on a performance now, because that's the one thing. When you pick the player, you always hope for the best of them. I was at the Nottingham Forest game last month in the Carabao Cup. Ozil played 45 minutes with the kids. Created nothing. Did nothing. You know, if you can't even turn up for a Carabao Cup game against Nottingham Forest, you know, where you should be in control of the game and score a couple goals at least, then if you can't be motivated for that, then what is the point, Mesut? What is the point? So for me personally, I don't think him staying at Arsenal is the best for him. I'd soon rather him go on loan somewhere in January, even if it means paying like half his wages. If he's playing like regular football elsewhere, I think it would be good for him. I do think the challenge for Arsenal is a bit too much for him. You know, and it's a shame, because I have been a big fan. When we brought him, I was so excited. I really was. And when he first came to us club, he really was putting in brilliant performances. And it is so true. You know, but too far performances have been very, very slow, like for Mesut Ozil. Very, very far in between. And that is a bit sucky. I've got to be honest. I expect him to be scoring more goals. I expect him to be creating more goals. You know, Dani Ceballos plays in the same position, and I think he does more like Ozil has. And I know a lot of people sort of say, oh, you know, like he doesn't get the service, or, you know, like we don't suit his style of play. Maybe that is the case sometimes, but that can't always be the same excuse. You know, to be honest, my favourite Ozil game was when we played Ludogorets in the Champions League, like where he scored that hat trick. You know, him scoring that hat trick against Ludogorets, that should have been like the epitome of Ozil. You know, like he should have expanded far beyond that game. But the thing is, he didn't. It's like Leicester last year. He ran Leicester run ragged at the Emirates. Brilliant performance. And that was his last great performance for Arsenal, because after that, he played against Palace, didn't really do much, and that systematically was sort of it, like for Ozil. You know, he made like bit parts like here and there. You know, the annoying thing is he spent like more time like, on his sick bed like than he has in the like the camp. And I've read his autobiography. I'm aware that as a child, like he was sick often. You know, I read his biography. You know, like, and I sort of thought, like, why to read it? You know, because I'm a fan, thinking, okay, like, if I can get behind the man, sort of, like, think, like, what makes him tick, like, you know, like, no, like saying, oh, he's crazy. Nah, saying, like, I can make it tick. What makes him tick, you know? And I read a lot about him for something. Yeah, okay, you're just a humble bloke, and I get it. You know, I'm gonna be a lot more supportive of you and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure a lot of Arsenal fans reading that book thought the same thing, but that's it. So why the fans are sort of saying, oh, Emery, you need to bring him back in? I don't see how bringing Ozil back into the fold will make a difference. I really don't. You know, like it's clear, like, and obvious that that's the thing. But the annoying thing is that this is exactly like Pogba and Mourinho from last year. And unfortunately, when a manager goes to war with a player, it is the player that ends up winning it. So time will tell on this one. But to summarise, I say that I don't think Ozil has much time left at Arsenal. I'd like to see him again play. You know, like I say, I always have a lot of time for any Arsenal player. You know, like there will be times I think, oh, he's shit, like he's rubbish, get him off. But I've got to be honest with Ozil, and I've got to be honest, I just wanted to see him succeed. Not much to ask. Just come back and play. You know, and if you put in a couple of good performances, things might change. You never know. So that's my view on Ozil. So we move on to number 3. Granit Xhaka. Oh, Sunday at the Emirates was that was an interesting atmosphere. Like later on, I'm going like to pick the brain of my partner's uncle, Roy Clatworthy, like who was at the game on Sunday. Like later on, I'm going like to pick his brain to really try and get what the atmosphere like was like there. You know, seeing it on the TV, it looked it didn't look good. So like the fact he was in attendance, I wanted like to pick his brain to sort of see what happened. So let's summarise to people like who don't actually know. Granit Xhaka, Arsenal captain, was subbed off. Now, it's no secret amongst a lot of Arsenal fans he's not exactly a fan favourite. There were ironic cheers for him coming off, which he took exception to. He ripped off his captain's armband, tore off his shirt, cupped his ear like to the crowd like a la Hulk Hogan, and basically told the fans, go fuck yourselves. Now this is the thing. It's one of them situations where no one comes out looking good. So the fans don't look good for booing one of their own. You know, kind of somewhat disrespectful. And Xhaka definitely does not come out looking good on this. In terms of, you know, basically, like I say, telling the fans to go fuck themselves, taking off like his armband, the shirt, you know, hardly covered himself in glory. They say it's wise that he apologises. It's 3 days later and he still hasn't. So the fact that he needs to apologise, I think, is paramount. You know, at least go some way of building like the bridges. But personally, I don't think he's ever going to captain Arsenal again. He will play for Arsenal again. I'm certain of that, because he seems to be also always playing like the Xhaka, but captaincy, I think that's over. That's over for him. You know, Xhaka, like for Arsenal, like in his whole time as being here, has been a complete like enigma. We've seen the good of him, you know, like his deadly shots, like his long range goals, like his passing. You know, like that does somewhat leave to be decided on some people, but we've seen more of the bad of Xhaka than the good. You know, like the costly penalties. You know, like for instance, like from last season against Palace, against Brighton, for this year, you know, like against Tottenham. You know, why does he persist like with these clumsy like mistakes? And I can see and understand why the fans would get on his back, but some of the abuse he does get, I don't think is justified in terms of, you know, you got to support your players no matter what. I find. Now, I'm not saying the fans are not entitled to boo. They're not. They're entitled to do you know, like to boo, like, because like they pay the money. But I do think there's a line. You know, it doesn't cover ourselves in glory as such. But what Xhaka did is even worse. So I agree with both sides saying, you know, like, I agree, like the fans, you know, are entitled, but they shouldn't boo Xhaka. I feel and I know why he did it, but I don't think he should have done it. So where we go from here remains to be seen. But yeah, so those are the three key talking points of Arsenal this week. But to round up things up and summarise, big game tonight, Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. It's the fixture that no one wanted. Yeah, if we played it like at the Emirates, you could still get a bit of a reprieve. But we're back at Anfield for the second time this season. We haven't won at Anfield since 2013, so 6 years. 6 years, that was a long time. However, you know, I reckon like both teams will make changes tonight. Depends how things go. You know, make no mistake, we could nick this on penalties. We could, you know. I tell you what, if we park the bus for 90 minutes and then win on the penalty shootout, I won't complain. You know, because we'll be in the quarterfinals. But this is Liverpool at whatever stage. It's going to be blood and thunder. We're going to be ready. I'm confident, as I always am. Like, as I'm always pointed out, you know, you got to be confident. You know, like, you got to take luck wherever's made. So if we don't win on penalties, I can say I think we're going to win a very, very tightly edged contest by 2-1. Hopefully, like Martinelli, will get on the score sheet again. But yeah, it's Liverpool at Anfield. It's going to be a tough one. But you know what? Keep the faith. Be faith. Keep the faith. Be strong and just hope for the best. That's all you can do, especially when you're playing at Anfield these days. So there you go. So yeah, next time I'll do one of these videos. I'm not sure. I'm so busy as of late, but this is going to be the way forward now. You know, rather than doing match reports, or putting my thoughts and views of everything going on at Arsenal, be it positive or negative. There's always going to be a reprieve. But yes, please put some comments below. Like, share and subscribe. I really need likes, shares and the subscribers and comments. Anything that anyone can do to help, that would be great. Put in some comments. Yep, that would be lovely. So hopefully, yep, we'll get the win tonight and we'll be in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. Come on, you Gunners. Let's do this. See you later. Bye-bye.